Okay, this is gonna be the last video of the year for me. We're gonna start off from high points. My stock portfolio did outstanding this year. The Disney Plus streaming service, which is kind of like a Disney-fied Netflix, they announced that every Star Wars movie was going to be on Disney Plus, plus every season of The Simpsons, even though no one's going to watch Simpsons past season 10, right? The day that was announced, I got a big uptick in my stock. Months later, when Disney Plus launched, I got a bigger uptick in my stock. Okay? Now, Disney Plus has many Disney movies, as many as you can think of, all classics. They have television shows for little kids. They have television shows for anyone. They have the old school shows, DuckTales, new DuckTales, and retro classic DuckTales, Tailspin, Darkwing Duck. I actually binged all of Darkwing Duck. Saw a couple episodes I didn't see. You name it. All the Disney shows from the 90s are there. Goof Troop. They have several Spider-Man shows. Not the 60s show, but the Spider-Man from the 80s and up. 90s Spider-Man, 90s Fantastic Four, 90s Iron Man, 90s X-Men. Yeah. They have a Star Wars show called The Mandalorian, which is awesome. And they're going to do more live action shows related to Marvel. They have National Geographic on there. They have a 5-part documentary of Disney theme parks that goes from Disney himself in the original Disneyland all the way through Disneyland, Tokyo, Euro, all that stuff. Yeah. Hong Kong. Yeah. Very interesting. And it's half the price of Netflix. And it is soaring. And my stock is going right up with it. Also, this year, Disney World Orlando has some Star Wars attractions at Hollywood Studios. Okay? Next year, Disney Orlando is going to have more restaurants, more rides. Universal Studios Orlando had Marvel. They have a Marvel Comics theme park. And they have a contract that says for 20 years no one can put Marvel shit in Orlando. That was before Disney bought Marvel, and the contract is expiring. So soon you're going to see Marvel attractions in Disney World. Okay, and in 2021, Disney is going to have the 50th anniversary of Disney World Orlando. So with that stuff going on next couple of years, my stock portfolio is going to go through the roof. Also, my IRA is doing pretty good. Also, I finally got the carbine fixed as far as the handguard is concerned, but the fucker was jamming on me, so I don't even count it as a win or a loss or both. The patches, the PVC patches I did, it took a while to get going because I don't have the audience that Eric or Tim have, or even Pete. But once the patches started rolling, they got popular. And one woman bought 2, one woman bought 3. They're buying them for Christmas gifts, buying them for their friends. Okay. And I am doing more. The one I'm doing now, I hired a girl to help me design it because I can't do it for shit. It's gonna be pretty funny though. I'm not gonna get serious. And that was good. My uncle who survived the World Trade Center, my uncle by marriage to my father's side of the family, his son had a baby, so he's now a grandfather. I have another cousin, same side of the family, who has a baby. My sister's niece got married over the summer. She's now pregnant. In fact, I'm seeing her Christmas Day. And there are many bright sides to our family and our friends. Um, my mother's captain, her son is now a sergeant, and he was a sergeant right before his 24th birthday. So he is probably the youngest sergeant in the city's history. Definitely the youngest sergeant in a very, very long time. Okay, he's in charge of guys that are older than me. And we have to talk about the best thing I think was I got a lot of appreciation yesterday, Friday at work. I got a little girl who was holding me a bag in the middle of the road, like a little baggie, and I'm like, get to the sidewalk, sweetheart. And I'm like, that's for you. I was like, no, I know, but I gotta get on the sidewalk. So I got a little bag from her, and a couple of cards. Then I went back to working for the second shift, and the girl that gave me the jacket last year, she hands me a bag. I put it on my wrist. I'm like, how many am I gonna get by the end of the day? Another woman gives me a little bag. Another father, I got the mother and the kids over there. I'm like, what the fuck are they doing there? Why aren't they home yet? Father called me over. He had like a plastic shopping, like a plastic bag in the store. He put something in it. I don't know what it is. I don't open the presents. So I got that in my arm now. And fuck this sign. It's hilarious. Then I get a guy who says, when are you leaving? I said, 20 minutes. Why? I'll be right back. I guess in his apartment. It's a Coca-Cola tin with a pair of fucking Christmas socks. No bag. He says, so I have no bag. And me go, oh, I know, it's okay. I forgot I had a plastic bag in my back pocket for this occasion. 5 minutes later, I told a woman here, hold this, and whip out the bag in my pocket, and she helped me with that. So I got that in the bag on my arm now. Then another little girl is with her father. She's got two little bags. Fuck. I'm moving babies across the street. She goes, hi, sweetheart. Thank you. Bye. This is fucking growing. So I'm like, and then I get back to the sidewalk on the other side where the pharmacy's at, and a woman comes out of nowhere with a fucking big ass duffel bag and puts all this shit in. Oh, relief. It's like this fucking big duffel bag on my fucking arm. Almost time to go, thank God. One of my other high school kids comes back. And what the frick is she doing? She comes over. Here you go. Aww. So yeah, 99% of it is like a candy bar, or some of the little kids do a little card with a crayon. And you know what? That's fun. Okay, that's fun. I got a couple of mugs, a couple of years. I got a couple of jackets. I got a fucking perfume set one time, a cologne set one time. But you know, if I get a little note that says I love you, or you saved me one time, you know, that is it for me. I don't need an expensive gift. The fact that the kid took a fucking crayon and wrote down on the paper, on construction paper, thank you for your blah blah blah. Okay, that alone does it for me. That's what I need. That is good for me. Now we have to get some of the bad things of the year. First and foremost, I only bought two Oh, I did save a kid's life on day before Thanksgiving. I saved the kid's life, so that's one thing in the good column. Now the bad column, I only bought two comic books all year. I bought no knives. I bought no guns. I bought no real interesting shit, really. I haven't. End of last year and earlier this year, I designed two rescue tools. I co-designed two rescue tools with two different designers that failed. And, you know, I wasn't going to be going out spending a lot of money with that after that. And so I tried to conserve money. Yeah, that was, well, I made it back 5 times fold with my stock portfolio this year with the Disney stock and all that. Yeah. But, and I'll make more Disney stock plus the patches, so I'll make it up eventually. But that was a hit. Now buying new gear was also a hit. I wanted to buy new knives, I wanted to buy new guns, I wanted to buy new shit. And that's in the column. the death. Now we have to talk about the worst parts of the year. My mother's captain died. She was 61 years old. She was 4 years younger than my mother. She was actually born the same exact day as the retired police commissioner. Oh, the police commissioner retired. So I was the commissioner. And my building superintendent was transferred to another building. And a maintenance guy who was working for the landlord for 20 years, going around buildings to help with some plumbing, around to help with an apartment renovation, okay, filling in for a superintendent when he's on vacation. That guy is now my superintendent. So that's bad. I gotta say goodbye to one commissioner, one superintendent. Good, new commissioner, new superintendent. I know both of them very well, so yeah. The new commissioner, I knew him for a while. New superintendent, I knew him longer than the old superintendent. Because the new superintendent did my fucking bathroom 12 years ago. Yeah, he was going to renovate the bathroom. So, my mother's captain, she passed away. She had a very rare form of arthritis. And she was limping line years ago. And she had heart problems, lung problems. I talked about this in the video before. Back problems, spine problems, neck problems, knees, you name it. Okay? She even thought she was going blind in one eye at one point. And hospital with other bullshit going on. Contracted pneumonia. And pneumonia is bad for anyone. But pneumonia plus her medical problems equals death. And she died. And I had to go and do my work. I found out when I was going back for my second shift. I was at the gas station. I filled the tank, wiped my hands with the sanitizing wipe, got the phone call from my mother that she was dead. And I knew she was in the hospital, she had pneumonia. I knew she was going out, but I was crying. And I went to headquarters crying, which is very uncharacteristic of me if you know me, or if people in the neighborhood know me. And I thought to myself, I gotta be on the block in 15 minutes. There's no way I'm gonna get a substitute in time. So I'm gonna go home and cry. And while I'm home crying, someone is gonna get hit by a car. And that's gonna be her legacy. And I said, no, that's not gonna be her legacy. She was very, very cognizant of the public. She liked being a public servant. She thought public service was very important. So for me to just say, I'm upset and I have to go home and cry, and while I'm home crying, people that depend on me are going to be let down. Okay, they depend on me to protect their children while they're at work. And they're going to be disappointed because, oh, you didn't show up? Yeah, you went home to cry because you were upset about something. And someone got hit by a car because you weren't here to save them. So that's her legacy? I said, no, that's not going to be her legacy. And I geared up and I went down there and I did an entire afternoon shift. I bit my tongue, I wanted to cry so bad. And when I went to her funeral, her husband, who was the captain, the patrol captain in that area, he retired a few months ago. The captain asked me how work was and how the neighborhood was, and I said I found out about this. I found that she passed away. When I was going back to work, he said, oh, no. And he's like, oh, man, oh. And I said, yeah, well, I had to go. I said, there's no way you're over, I said, she would not want me to go home and cry. She would want me to do what I was supposed to do. So that's what I did. And that was very upsetting. Now, when I came home, she died on a Friday. Her funeral was a Monday. When I came home on Monday, as I was coming home to get ready to go to her funeral, my mother says my Uncle Mike is in the hospital. My Uncle Mike is my uncle by marriage, my aunt's husband. Wise ass. loan shark, wannabe, degenerate gambler. Okay, he had gone into the hospital November of 2018. They found a lump on his lung. They said, "We would like to help you." I don't want your help. In my country, you as an adult have a right to refuse all attention. You could literally be on fire, and the fire department could come up to you and want to pull you out, and you can literally tell the fire department, "I don't want you to put me out. I want to burn." That's your right as an American. And he got up and left. So, fast forward to January of this year, I'm coming home to get ready for the captain's funeral. My mother says that thing on his lung, it's a tumor, and now it's in his fucking brain. Man had him rushed to the hospital. He's gonna die. A couple weeks later, he's dead. He had no financial shit at all in his head. And my aunt, my aunt had nothing in her name. My mother has spent every minute of this past year trying to help my aunt get the finances in order. Here's the thing. I don't care if you don't want help, that's fine. Go home and die. You have a right to go home and die. But if you have spouses, children, grandchildren, okay, you need to make sure they are taken care of. Literally nothing was in my aunt's name. Not bank accounts, not anything was in her name. My aunt literally had to go to court and tell a judge, "I'm his widow, I want his money." She literally needed a judge's permission to get money out of the bank. Because he left nothing to her. No will, no nothing. Okay? And he was always hardcore about, "I gotta take care of her, I gotta take care of her. I gotta make sure she's taken care of when I die. If I die, God forbid." 25 years ago, oh my God, what if she dies tomorrow? What if I die tomorrow? I need to protect her, blah, blah, blah. Okay? And when it came time to die, he literally did nothing for her. And my mother would have been perfectly fine helping him get his finances in order if for my aunt's sake only. Okay? Okay? So you make sure that when it's time for you to go, you make sure your shit is in order. Because now I'm seeing how hard it is when you will leave no will, no beneficiary, you will leave nothing. Okay? Documents have to be signed. You have to go to court. It is shit. Now, a few months after that, my mother comes to me and tells me, "I don't want you to have any reaction to this." Oh, Christ. Mimi died. Mimi was a friend of my father's for over 80 years. They were literally friends as toddlers. He had cancer in the throat many, many years ago, turn of the century. He recovered from it, got a cancer back, and died. His daughter was so upset that she forgot to tell my family. And my sister found out on Facebook. And my mother waited 3 solid months to tell my father because my mother literally thought my father was going to die upon hearing the news. And a couple months later, a guy in my building, I've known him since I was born. His son's a cop. His son is in my area. I see his son all the time. He's a few older than me. And he also has a daughter. And they're obviously adult, older than I am, blah, blah, blah. They do see their daughter. They see her elsewhere. Like, they go to her, or they meet at restaurants, but she very seldom comes here. I haven't seen her here in years. My mother says, "I saw the daughter downstairs." She doesn't come that often. She doesn't come that often. I had a low battery thing. I know he's sick. He's got oxygen tank. He's moving slow, heart problems, back problems, shit like that. Then I'm on the block after work, walking around the block. I see the son. My father died. He was a gym coach at a rival high school, and my aunt, whose husband just died, talking about, she and two of my uncles were his pupils when they were in high school. So he's known the family for years and years and years. He's gone after a long illness. And when I went to his funeral, I saw my mother's captain's son coming out of the funeral. I'm going in, he's coming out, he's stopping by on work, and he's got his uniform on. Hey, Sarge. I called him Sarge. I remember that. And then a couple months ago, my mother's looking at my father's phone, the flip phone. She's deleting all messages, spam, shit like that. Anthony died. Well, my father is still alive. If my brother or nephew died, I would get a call directly from my sister-in-law. And I said, Ma, what's Aunt Margaret's number? She goes to her phone. Oh, God. My mother's best friend. They started out waitressing together. She's 10 years older than my mother. She gets a job at the city. Now, back then, there weren't a lot of tests. There weren't a lot of background checks. Back then, when you got a job in the city, if you got promoted, they asked you, who's going to take your job? She gets promoted. My mother is still waitressing. She says, well, my friend. So she called my mother and said, I got promoted to work. Do you want my old job? And my mother got some shitty city job, making minimum wage, and ended up being a career because her friend recommended her. Nowadays, you gotta take tests and go on hiring lists and go for background checks and bullshit. And by default, I got my job because my mother put a good word with me. So, now she actually drove my mother to the hospital to give birth to me. Yes. Now, she had a couple kids, husband left her. Years later, she had a friend who was widowed with more kids. They started dating and they get married. They've been married over 30 years. Their kids, if you were to go to one of their gatherings, you can't tell whose kid is who. You can't tell whose grandkid is who. Perfect marriage. He had a couple of issues with his, I think he had a brain aneurysm or some shit. He was dog sitting his son's dog. He had an incident. When he came around, he said, oh, the dog is here. He knew the dog, but he forgot his babysitting the dog. Oops. Testing, all that bullshit. He gets lazy, he gets tired, and then after a while, he gets rushed to the hospital, he has an infection, and he just dies. And this is my mother's best friend's husband. He's a good man, and my family was very upset to see him go. And that's it. So we had a couple of deaths, a couple of births. Okay, good and bad. I will do another video after January to show what I got for Christmas, including what's in that fucking big gigantic bag at work. Hopefully in the new year, there'll be more financial wins, less financial losses. You know, the goddamn hospital. Hopefully less death and more birth. Hopefully the new patch will be out by New Year's. Okay, I'm waiting for the final design to come back. I'm going to send it right out. So enjoy the rest of Hanukkah. Merry Christmas, Happy New Year. And I will see you in January. Thank you.